So welcome to Sheboygan A's baseball as the hometown Sheboygan A's take on the Appleton Legends in some Northeast Wisconsin Baseball League action. I am Charlie Heim flying solo on broadcast. Mike Martin not present today. And we are getting ready for this new Northeastern Wisconsin Baseball League matchup. Sheboygan 6-7 in the league. Meanwhile, Appleton just 2-9. Sheboygan with a 3-1 record over Appleton. Opened up the season in the play ball tournament against the Legends with a 5-0 win. Meanwhile, Appleton took the next game 8-4, but Sheboygan has bounced back to take the series 8-3 back on June 30th and 4-0 back in July, back on the 11th of this past month. Sheboygan seeing a new debut on the mound as Hunter Netzler taking on the mound. Netzler, another person out from Marion. Sheboygan seems to have quite a few people out from Marion. And per Kenny Nazy, our PA guy, Bill Wagner, was talking to Nazy before the game. And Netzler, a very strong pitcher, one of those people that can throw up to high 80s, low 90s, but similar to a Brad Rhineflesh, can have a little bit of control issues at times, with a description being made of getting quickly 0-2 in a count, and before you know it, it's 3-2 before finally getting a strikeout. Going over the lineup for the Appleton Legends, leading off is Tyler Pigeon, followed by Carson Crumry, Alex Hanneman, Trent Blake, Austin Gruby, Owen Gerhart, Blake Wallenfang, Will Vandehey, and Chris Hutner. Meanwhile, defensively for Sheboygan, going around the horn, starting from first base, Jacob Neese is going to be playing first base. Riley Palmquist over at second. Luke Smock, someone that is not too familiar to the home crowd out here, will be at short. And Harry Stout, someone who is very familiar to the Sheboygan crowd, will be playing at third as usual. Around the outfield, Bennett Becker will be in left. Gus Walker, always reliable out in center, still has not missed a game yet in the year. And in right field, Justin Schnell will be manning the far corner, while Ian Mary is behind the plate for Hunter Netzler. Appleton will be leading off with Tyler Pigeon. Pigeon, the third baseman on the day for Appleton, as Netzler sets in for the first pitch of the game and will just miss on the inside. Sheboygan overall on the year a 30-20 record with 2 successful tournament wins, both in the play ball tournament as well as the Wisconsin Amateur Baseball Classic, as Pigeon swings through that one. Up here on the booth, we still do have most of the normal crew. We do have Bill Wagner still on the PA, CJ Skelton running the audio, and Lucas Schulze helping with the stream. May hear from him later on today, and he's also helping with pitch count. It is a quick 2-1 count on to Pigeon. That's the one of a, as I mentioned, one of a number of Marion University players out here for the A's. That one is hit, and a nice jumping grab by Palmquist over on first, or over on second, will take care of things for that first out. So Netzler getting some nice help from the defense. Soft looping liner from Pigeon goes right into the glove of Palmquist, as now Carson Crumry will settle in. Crumry playing short for the Legends. He watches that one inside for a strike. Two teams right now, both at the bottom of the Northeastern Wisconsin Baseball League. Sheboygan hoping to rise up the ranks a little bit more with a win here. Hoping to get to a 4-1 series win. So I've guaranteed that they will be ahead in the series. In our last broadcast against Lombard, we guaranteed a victory in the series against them as well. Quick 2-1 count now onto Crumry. Number of faces not here, or at least not starting for today. Mainly Brady Zackerson. Normally our right fielder for Sheboygan, not present in today's game. Now Netzler, a nice breaking pitch there, nice off speed, get the count evened at 2 apiece. Now already coming in. That one's popped. Walker rushing in on it. Will drop in short left center field. And Crumrye with a nice bloop single to start off the day for Appleton.
Left fielder, number 10, Alex Hanneman.
Now Alex Hanneman coming up. Hanneman, the 3-hitter for Appleton. Sheboygan has done a pretty good job at just with their pitching as well as defensively. Nice pitch in there for strike 1. 242 batting average against, so teams hitting 242 against them. That one hit high into right field. Schnell ranging over, and it will drop foul. Nice attempt there from Palmquist out in foul territory. Another one of those bloop hits. Schnell coming in on it. Riley Palmquist with a very nice sprint out for it. Not able to get it. Didn't seem like Nice had too much of a chance at it. Play ended up being pretty close there. A nice diving attempt. At the very least, not sure if we could see that on our camera. Could see it, okay. Now 0-2 pretty quickly, and a nice breaking pitch trying to get Hanneman to bite, but no dice. 1-2 count on to Hanneman. Appleton's left fielder will hit it right up the middle. Smock grabbing it over to Palmquist for 1, and over to first base. Jacob Nice getting the double play, and Hunter Netzler getting some help out of the first inning despite giving up a hit. Sheboygan gets out of things and is ready to bat.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier factory authorized dealer.
Carrier asks.
And ready for the first at-bat attempts for Sheboygan, Austin Gruby on the mound for the Appleton Legends. And to quick go over the lineup for Sheboygan, Gus Walker will be leading things off, followed by Luke Smock, Harry Stelt, Jacob Nice, Jimmy Jurgensen will be DHing today, Riley Palmquist, Justin Schnell, Ian Mary, and Bennett Becker. Now the defensive orientation for Appleton. Over on first base, Chris Hutner will be over there on first. Will Van de Hey on second. Carson Crumrye at short. Tyler Pigeon, the third baseman. Alex Hanneman in left. Owen Gerhardt in center. Tyler Blake in right. And Blake Wallenfang behind the plate. No DH on the day for Appleton right now as Gus Walker will swing through that one. Gus, the Albuquerque, New Mexico native. While a number of people from Marion, as mentioned before, do have quite the collection of Marion players out here in Sheboygan, as Gus will now chip that one out foul. We briefly alluded to this in the top of the first, but Gus Walker, still on his Ironman streak, has not missed a game, played all 50 games up to this point, and now including a appearance in Game 51 on the year. We'll swing through that one. Doesn't really matter if he tipped it or not. A quick 3-pitch strikeout takes out Walker. So now that brings up Luke Smock. Smock, someone who we haven't seen all too much out here in Wildwood, from Monticello, Indiana, and goes to UW Milwaukee. A couple of people out from the Panthers. Of course, we had Carson Hansen earlier on in the year. Sean Tillman we've seen before also from the Panthers. Jared Reclitus did spend some time out there in the past, and Caleb Lorbecki also going to UW Milwaukee. Smock swinging through that one for strike 2. And Gruby has a hold of Sheboygan quickly in this game. 5 pitches, all strikes. Now pitch number 6 of the inning will be a ball, so no immaculate inning to start off the game for Gruby. Smock, again, haven't seen him too much on the year. Only his 4th game. I believe all 3 on the road, and possibly all 3 were just in this week. Do not have the stats for this week's away games. As he swings through that one. Pitch well on the outside, but a nice pitch from Gruby also sets down Smock to bring up Harry Stout. Harry Stout, the always reliable third baseman for Sheboygan in his 12th year with the Sheboygan A's. And continuing to hit very well, continues to do very well in general for the Sheboygan A's throughout his entire period there. So watch his first pitch up and in. Something that Harry has always had a very good job at. He's done a very good job with his plate discipline. So watch another close one for a ball. A .479 on base percentage for Harry Stout leads the team. Harry, the leader in on base. Brady Zackerson leading in both average and slugging. That one very close in there. Harry going to just watch it go by. And quickly, Stout has worked into a 3-0 count. And that one just hitting the low corner. Gruby had a very strong hold of both Walker and Smock, but Harry's managed to make him work for things and will take his base. And Harry continuing to walk on the year. That's his 39th walk of the season. Harry Stout, as I mentioned, very good at drawing those free bases, making the pitcher throw some pitches, as now Jacob Neese will come on to the plate. Jacob Neese, the son of Sheboygan pitching coach, Kenny Nazy. It's a quick settling in with the 2-out appearance. This first one is watched. Neese from Elkhart Lake and going to Parkland Community College. He's doing a good job there as he watches another one outside. Harry Stout, not too big of a lead out on first. Harry, not the biggest stolen base set, however, does have 3 stolen bases on the year. That one swung through. Neese, the Northwoods cleanup hitter on the day. He's generally been a very good power hitter. As Neese, 399 slugging on a 358 average. Gives him about a 140 isolated power. Tied for second place on the team with 3 home runs is Nice. Jimmy Jurgensen the only one ahead with 4. And Nice barely holding up on that one to give it a 3-2 count. And with 2 outs, Harry Stout will be running on this one. Regardless of the outcome, Harry is going to be on the move. And that one just on the outside corner. And Jacob Nice is struck out looking. And so that will be a good appearance for Appleton as we head into the top of the second. Still 0-0.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. You serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition.
Hunter Netzler ready to begin his second inning of work for the Sheboygan A's. As it'll be Trent Blake leading off. Laptop died. First pitch is in there for a strike on the outside corner. It's now a work on Trent Blake, the right fielder. And swing to that one, a very nice breaking ball right on that outside corner for Netzler. Does a very nice job there. He quickly gets Blake into an 0-2 count. Now the Marion righty settling in, and that one is popped up and foul. And will drop on into New Jersey Avenue. So Blake another chance at life as he'll foul that one back. Sheboygan really looking to get a nice win in today's game. Just always want to work well on those records. That one will be hit on the bare hand by Netzler, and that one might have cost the hit. It'll still go as a hit. Difficult play there. Netzler trying to make something work for himself. As mentioned previously, Sheboygan was just on a 3-game road trip earlier on in this week. Went 1-2 in that, taking a win against Kewaskum while losing against Menasha and Green Bay. And now with a chance to hopefully start getting some more wins. And Netzler will get a nice start in there. 0-1 count now. Will be on the outside. Austin Gruby at the plate, the pitcher on tonight's game for Appleton. Not sure if they will be doing the Shohei Ohtani rule or if they will have all of their pitchers end up hitting. So that'll be a quick 2-1 count to Gruby. Trent Blake, not much of a lead over there on first. As just hitting the outside corner with that one. So count evened up at 2-2. That's our nice bounce back from play before, and will indeed get it. Throw it on to second for one, and got him for out number 2. And Hunter Netzler, a nice job making the play there, ends up getting the 1-6-3 double play. Get the first 2 outs of the inning and take out that threat on first base. Now will be Owen Gerhardt up. The center fielder for Appleton takes the ball for his first. And swung through that one. Netzler, again, a very nice job of coming back from a play that he may have cost as a hit. Bare hand on the grounder right up the middle. Comes back with another one that he gloves. As a nice off-speed pitch to Gerhardt is in there for a strike. Gerhardt, the first lefty on the Appleton lineup. And will swing through it. And Hunter Netzler, a very nice job in his first 2 innings of play with the defense, helping out very well as we head on to the bottom of the second.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Me spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family-owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community, and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot. Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen? Hello. Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Jimmy Jurgensen set to lead off for the Sheboygan A's out here in the bottom of the second. Jimmy, very reliable piece out there in the lineup for Sheboygan. Spent some time platooning over at first base. Spent some time over at third base as well. As he draws the quick first ball from Austin Gruby. And will just nick that one foul. Might have hit Wallenfang a little bit. Both teams taking a little bit of time, as well as the umpire taking a little bit of time between the pitches. Greary quickly getting back onto the mound as Jimmy comes in with the 1-1 count. Sheboygan coming into, just about to get into their final 2 weeks of play. Next week we will see during the week we'll see 3 broadcasts as well as 2 more on the weekend. Next broadcast will be on Monday with a rain makeup against the Menasha Max. Then on Thursday, another rain makeup against Kewaskum, but before then on Tuesday, we have a game against the Burlington Barons. So it'll be Menasha, Burlington, and Kewaskum on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, respectively. Followed by 2 more doubleheaders against the Chicago Rippers on Saturday and Sunday. There's a pop-up into foul territory. Looked to be a play initially, but ends up dropping just behind the A's dugout. And finally, following the games at the weekend, we'll have a league tournament for the Wisconsin State League. I believe it is still pending what day Sheboygan will be playing here, as Jimmy Jorgensen will swing through that one for strike number 3. Right at the beginning of August will be the Wisconsin State League tournament. It'll just depend on where the standings are. Sheboygan is one of the bottom 2 teams in the league. They will be playing on the 1st. They are 3rd or 4th. They will be playing on the 2nd. And if they are in the top of the league, they will be playing on the 3rd. That one is grounded and into the outfield. Riley Palmquist rushing down over to second. Sliding in and in there. Riley Palmquist, quick on his feet, gets the double. And now Sheboygan with a runner in scoring position. Thanks to the first big B double of the game, Riley Palmquist also getting the first hit of the day for Sheboygan. So now Justin Schnell will come up to bat. Schnell usually a catcher for Sheboygan, but has played a decent bit around, mainly in the corner outfield. Has usually played in left field. I believe this might be his first appearance in right field on the season. Or at the very least, first appearance in right field at home. Just quick fouls that one back. Sheboygan with some pretty solid catchers on the roster. Schnell being one of the more reliable ones in terms of defensively, and also has some decent speed, enough to play in the corner outfields. As Schnell will pop that one up, Wallenfang going for it and will not get it. It drops behind him, and Schnell perhaps saved a little bit from a potential easy pop-out. Schnell, the Fond du Lac native, going to UW Stout. He's done a very good job throughout his year of catching, as well as for his career in catching. Hasn't been the greatest hitter on the year as of yet, 138 average. And we'll watch one inside, hoping, of course, to improve that average on the year. He would also be happy to get up to some more walks, 13 walks on the year, helping give him a 259 on base. As another one is fouled back. Schnell fighting off in this count. Well, Schnell does have a home run, I believe, as part of the big barrage of homers in our last broadcast against Lombard. Of course, 3 home runs in the 4th inning, I believe it was, of Game 4. But Schnell will swing through that one. No dice there. As Ian Mary will now come up. Ian Mary actually playing catcher on the day. We've also seen him play a few positions outside of catcher. Notably, he had a game that he played over at second sometime last week. Mary started off the year not really playing all too much, but has found himself into a very regular role out here for the A's. Hoping to drive in Palmquist over on second. Riley with some good speed. And Mary will hit that one in there. Palmquist will be going, and it gets past the right fielder, Blake. Ian Mary will be in there with a stand-up RBI double. Sorry, a single with an error. Should say will still go as an RBI for the Sheboygan catcher. And now the A's quickly on top here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Ian Mary, a nice piece of opposite field hitting. It's now Bennett Becker will come up. Palmquist likely scores regardless, but the error from Tyler Blake allows Mary to advance onto second, replaces Riley Palmquist in scoring position. As now Austin Ruby will be fighting against a 9th hitter in Bennett Becker. Becker swings through that one to even up the count. Becker a 248 average on the year. Following up on Ian Mary, 250 average for Mary, just going up. That was his 6th RBI. As now Becker, a nice contact with the ball out there in center, but it will end up being caught by Owen Gerhardt. But Sheboygan manages to pick up a run thanks to the 2-out hitting from Ian Mary, and we go into the top of the 3rd, 1-0.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
At Northwoods, we are a family. And like your family, our main concern is safety. As a leader in the cleaning and sanitation industry, we're doing our utmost to support and supply essential cleaning, sanitizing, and maintenance products to your family and business. And we're introducing new products, like our Cool Water Personal Hand Sanitizer with essential oils. Our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone affected by COVID-19. At Northwoods, we're protecting you through this pandemic and the next.
Ready for the top of the 3rd inning. Sheboygan getting a nice 1-run lead following that 2nd inning. Now the bottom of the order for Appleton ready to come up. Blake Wallenfang, Will Vandehay, and Chris Hutner will be leading off for Appleton. The 3 guaranteed hitters on the bottom frame. Hunter Netzler doing a very good job in his Sheboygan A's debut. He's given up 1 run in both of the innings, but has managed to prevent them from going any further than first. Some nice defense being played by Sheboygan. Something that especially earlier was a big problem was the fielding for Sheboygan, but has mostly been cleaned up since. And now Wallenfang will be up to bat for Appleton. And first pitch of opposite field hitting. Schnell ranging over and will grab it in foul territory. And 1 pitch, 1 out. Blake Wallenfang goes down. Now Will Vandehey comes in. Schnell with a very nice job ranging over in right field. Not his normal position. Still some nice positional versatility. Something that you really need in this Class A league of play. As Vandehey swings through that one. Seen a number of people out here for Sheboygan kind of switch around in position. As now Netzler getting to a quick 0-2 count. Has been very efficient in this inning so far. Very efficient in this game so far. Came into the inning with 29 pitches on his docket. And that one will go outside. Appleton managed to get 2 hits in both of them, but both runners and no walks. Just those 2 hits have been the only people on base, but have been retired on respective double plays. As now Netzler throws one a little high. Netzler already marked up for the lead. We'll need to get to the 5th inning with this score in order to be eligible for a win. And we'll get another strikeout, number 2 on the day for Hunter Netzler. As that brings up Chris Huttner, the first baseman and manager of the Appleton Legends. Huttner coming in with another lefty out here for the Appleton lineup. Not usually that you see a first baseman hitting the 9-hole, but of course Huttner also the manager for Appleton. As he fouls one away. Netzler doing nice play in this game. Sun's starting to set on today's game. Wind blowing fairly hard out to left center. So now the count is evened up. 72 degrees currently out here at Wildwood Park. Nice day come out here. Pretty decent crowd as well. Right here on the corner of New Jersey Avenue and Donna and Denny Moyer Way. I believe we will have the attendance number later on. As Netzler quickly now onto a 3-1 count. Lights on a little bit earlier than we've seen recently, I believe. Of course, getting a little bit later in the year, sun is starting to set a little bit sooner, as well as a nice bit of clouds out in the sky today. And swinging through it is the first baseman Huttner. There's now a full count with 2 outs to the Appleton first baseman. Netzler hoping to continue facing the minimum number of batters. But Appleton will keep their hopes alive for now. Of course, while I am flying solo on this broadcast, in our next one we will see the return of Mike Martin. He will be here for the rest of the season, at least scheduled to be. Of course, you never know what might end up happening, but we'll just assume that he'll be here. Fouled off by Huttner. Second 2-strike foul. Working a long at bat, at the very least. Netzler still working the perfect ERA. And again, ball fouled back. Huttner not making the greatest of contact over there on the plate. Lefty just barely tipping things foul. But it's still been foul enough to keep the at-bat alive. So now Nessler, another full count pitch coming in. Kicks and throws. And the break pitch just on the outside. Huttner knew it right away. And so the minimum number of batters will not be faced, as Tyler Pigeon will come back up. Pigeon had a little bit of a looping liner over to Palmquist at second. Ended the at-bat very quickly. So the 2-out first pitch will be low, but a nice job blocking it by Ian Mary. Coming into the year, we did have a number of edge catchers. Justin Schnell, Ian Mary have taken the majority of catches behind the plate. We still also have seen Caleb Lorbecki and Sage Stelmacher throughout the year. Justin Anzia saw him at the beginning of the year. It's now a quick 2-0 count to Pigeon. Appleton mentioned they were the very first team that Sheboygan came up against in that play ball tournament, and a strike on that outside corner will get it to a 2-1 count. Appleton would respond on June 14th with a win. Sheboygan hoping to shut them down with only that one win, and it will be lined out into center. Gus Walker ranging over, and a nice catch, fairly low to the ground. Gus Walker coming on in to make the grab, and Hunter Netzler making a very good first impression out here in Sheboygan as we head to the bottom of the third.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Top of the order for Sheboygan, ready to come up in the bottom of the third inning. Gus Walker set to lead things off. Ended Appleton's last inning with that nice running grab out in center. And now hoping to get a bit better of an at-bat than his last appearance. Struck out swinging last time. It's Austin Green on the mound for Appleton. He's pitched a decent game so far today. There will be 1 walk and 2 hits in those first 2 innings. Only allowed the 1 run. There will be also 4 strikeouts in the first time around the order. Sorry, 5 strikeouts. Struck out the side back in the first, barring the walk from Harry Stelt. And Walker quickly drawing a 3-0 count. Walker's done a pretty good job of drawing walks, 24 on the year, second on the team. And he makes the most of it when he is on base, leading the team with 20 stolen bases. He's in a close race with Carson Hansen and Jack Council when they were still with the team. Of course, those two moving on to the Northwoods League, join the Chinooks. Gus Walker still out here with the Sheboygan A's. 1 and 2 pitches that barely nick the inside corner. It's quickly a full count. Gruby doing a good job of working back. Gus Walker having to fight back. Walker swings, pops that one up, and it will be caught by the left fielder, Alex Hanneman. Blue pitch just went a little bit too high. Gus Walker will end up popping out on that one. Now Gruby doing a good job of fighting back. Austin Gruby, that is. Gruby quickly coming back from a 3-0 count, as now Luke Smock will be up to the plate. Smock has done a pretty good job defensively for Sheboygan, participated in both of the double plays in the first and second innings. So draws the first one in for a walk. Smock again, pretty limited time. This is just his 4th game, hitting 143. Does have a stolen base, and that one will be up the middle. Luke Smock getting on base. Smock does have a stolen base on the year as well. And I'm sure we'll hope to make that number go a little bit higher. Whether that's just number 2, perhaps numbers 2 and 3. We'll have to see what Tim Moyer's instructions are. Of course, giving signs out to the first base as Harry Stout coming on in. Harry walked on his first plate appearance. Some fairly uncompetitive pitches back in the first. The always reliable big man for Sheboygan will take the first one high for a ball. Brush him off the plate just a little bit. Harry once again starting off on a 1-0 count. Harry again, very good on the eye. You do see him a lot with those 1-0 counts, but he isn't afraid to be aggressive at times. Something that Harry Stell has done very well throughout the year is knowing when to swing. Doesn't strike out too much. A Smock taking off for second and will be in there easily. No tag made. Luke Smock getting in there with a nice, easy stolen base on the head first slide. Now Harry with someone in scoring position. Something that he always wants to see. That Sheboygan will always want to see, especially with some speed out in front of him. Harry 37 RBIs on the season. As he watches one in there. 3-1 count. Harry not swinging on 3-0. Doesn't want to risk a free base being given up. Smock taking a decent lead over at second. That one hit opposite field. Coming in is Blake, who will get it, and no tag up. Looks like Blake might have had a little bit of difficulty getting it out of his glove. Luke Smock not going to move any further. Now Jacob Neese comes on up. Jacob Neese, our Northwoods cleanup hitter for our Budweiser Thirst inning. We do have a number of promotions out here at Wildwood Ballpark. Any runs were to score in this inning would be a free beer for someone out there in the crowd. And Jacob Neese hoping to be a little bit charitable to the fans out here for the Sheboygan A's. A nice curveball gets in there. Appleton being very active out there in the middle infield. And we have seen a couple of somewhat designed plays in terms of pickoffs over to second. Carson Crumry usually cutting it ahead, possibly also just making sure that anything that might potentially miss Gruby doesn't end up with an error. A high pitch with a checked swing. And a appeal asked for by Carson Crumry. Appeal does end up going through, but still no swing on that one. They go a decent bit around. It's now Smock taking off for third as that one is popped up and will go foul. I believe just hitting up against the Bud Light party deck. As now drawn into a 2-2 count. Smock did have a very nice jump on that one, but hit and run unsuccessful thanks to the foul ball. And time called. Gruby trying to get into the head by taking some time to wait. No pitch clock out here in Class A ball. Now the 2-2 count will be outside. And Neese drawing the full count. Jacob Neese a pretty decent eye on himself as well. 341 on base percentage. Showing 18 walks on the year. Would be happy for number 19 here, but would also be more than happy with a hit to drive in Luke Smock from second, but will take the walk. And now 2 runners on base for Jimmy Jurgensen with a reset count. And Neese with some good speed over on first. A potential double steal might be in play. Depends on what Tim Moyer is going to go for. And quickly the infield convening with Austin Gruby. Jimmy Jurgensen now is set to go. Jimmy struck out swing in his first appearance. Of course, as did Jacob Neese and Luke Smock. So first appearances do not mean everything in the game of baseball. Jimmy Jurgensen with a 788 on base plus slugging. 10 doubles and 4 home runs. Did mention the 4 home runs earlier, or at least that he was the team leader in home runs. Sheboygan not the biggest home run team out there. It did take a while to break things open. 22 home runs on the year for the A's. They have prevented home runs a decent bit as well. 21 against. Jimmy hoping to boost the number up, but will not on that one. And a bounce gets past, and Luke Smock, some high speed, and no chance to get him. Luke Smock getting in from that single off the bat of Jimmy Jurgensen. And Jimmy giving people some free beer out here in the Budweiser Thirst inning. Very nice job out there for Sheboygan, managing to fight through and being aggressive on that one. First pitch swinging from Jimmy Jurgensen. Gets the RBI in there. This is now Riley Palmquist. Come up. Had a double right down the left field line. One that wasn't too much off of a big, powerful hit. And a pickoff move over to first goes past Blake Wallenfang, throwing it away. And the runners advance another 90 feet. Wallenfang, I think, did have a good idea. Jimmy Jurgensen was taking a pretty big lead off of first base, but the throw just goes a bit too far to the left. Pulls off Chris Hutner from the bag. And now, Sheboygan with 2 runners in scoring position for Riley Palmquist. He'll pop that one up and foul. Riley is someone who has had some pretty clutch hitting in the past. Very famously did have a grand slam earlier on in the year. I believe he was the one with the grand slam. It was either him or Gus Walker. Now that I've said it, I don't quite remember who had the grand slam between him and Gus. Riley going to ground that one over, and going to be transferred Crumry to Huttner. So no more damage dealt, but Sheboygan managing to get another run on the board thanks to some good all-around hitting, and they lead going to the 4th, 2-0.
Estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. We thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
Carson Crumry set to lead things off in the top of the 4th for the Appleton Legends. Crumry ended off the inning with a ground ball to him, and hoping to do some things elsewhere for Appleton. Reached on a single in his first appearance, all the way back in the 1st, but was cut down on a 6-4-3 double play. One of just the 3 base runners for Appleton on the day so far. Hunter Netzler doing a very good job of keeping the Appleton runners off base. This first one is in there for a ball. Sheboygan also pretty decent at keeping opponents off base, just a .329 on base percentage for other teams against them. That one is hit into right field, into foul territory, and will go out of play. Jacob Neese with a pretty long run out there, but did not have a chance at it. Neese already did have a decent bit of running earlier on, and some nice advancement on the last inning. Now the 1-1 count to Crumry will be outside for a ball. Hunter Netzler, again, doing a very nice job in his A's debut. Imagine he's quite familiar with a lot of people out here on this A's team. Again, one of the many people from Marion. I believe one of, I want to say 9. I'll recount between innings. So we also have added people throughout the year. But I want to say it's around 9 or 10 people out from Marion on the Sheboygan A's team. 3-1 will be in there for a strike, and now it's a full count to Carson Crumry. And Netzler hoping to get another strikeout on his docket, but instead will throw one well outside and low. Skips into the opposing batter's box for a walk. As now Alex Hanneman will come on in for the Appleton Legends. Hanman was the one who grounded into that 6-4-3 double play. It's a pretty solid hit, but right up to the middle. Luke Smock right in position for it. Did not have to move much. He's hoping to not have the same results. Sheboygan would be fine with that, though. His first pitch is inside for a ball. Coming into this inning, Netzler had 48 pitches on his day. Coming on in. Doing a pretty good job out here in those first three. And a nice strike on the outside corner. Sheboygan's defense looking fairly normal. Pretty normal position straight away for the A's in the outfield. He'll step in double play position. Now, and tipping off the top of his glove again, Riley Palmquist. A nice, smart decision to charge at it. And once again, Netzler nearly with a nice play. Riley Palmquist not going to wait for it to roll. Knew that there probably wouldn't be a chance for a double play. So just rushing into it. Throws it to first and at least gets Anna out. As now Trent Blake will come on in for Appleton. As a runner in scoring position. Sheboygan hoping to just keep him there. First pitch from Netzler will be swung on and hit. Popped into right field. Neese running over and will not be able to get there. That one just dropping into the foul ground warning track. Right on the right field side. Needs a good effort on it, but was not quite able to get there. Netzler, for someone who does have as good of a pitching repertoire as he does, still not too many strikeouts on the day, just 2 in the 3 1/3 innings. And that one will be hit. Weird chopper, Harry Stout rushing into it, will not be able to get it, and the defense not in position for that one. Carson Crumry will advance 2 bases on a ball that does not even leave the infield. Will go as an RBI single for Trent Blake. Error actually called on that one.
Pitcher number 25, Austin Ruby.
Austin Gruby will now come up. Sheboygan first error on the day for them. So now Gruby will take that first pitch in for a strike. Sure, Gruby's happy to get a little bit of help, but Sheboygan, good thing that they got that insurance run. Always good to have those extra runs just in case. Run will go unearned. As a swing and a miss through that one. And Netzler, another job of getting to an 0-2 count, has done this a decent few times throughout the game as of right now. And fouling back is Gruby. Sheboygan up to this point, again, a very solid defense. Just a little bit of a lapse, mainly some of positioning issues. Luke Smock thought he was going for it. Harry Stout had the better angle. Gets through Harry's glove on a difficult play, but the positioning not able to do anything. That will be popped and foul right up against the roof. Seen or heard those a few times throughout the year. Not sure how well it comes across on our live stream when we get any balls that hit up against the roof. But a decent sound for the crowd out here at Wildwood to hear. Wildwood also did get a little bit of extra. Too Cool, the former in-house band, was having a concert earlier on today, as Gruby takes the pitch on the outside for a strikeout. Too Cool playing from about 6 o'clock up to around 7:15, I would say. Nice covers from them. So now Owen Gerhardt comes up. Gerhardt center field for Appleton. We'll walk the first pitch on the outside. Not too many lefties in the lineup for Appleton. We have seen quite a few lefties throughout the different leagues for the teams. Sheboygan also with a fair few of their own. That one will be a strike on the outside. So now sun seems to be mostly set. Still a little bit of light in the sky as we get a pitch outside, and wind has died out as well. Center field flag not moving pretty much at all. Then we get a 2-1 count to Gerhardt. And swing, a hearty swing through that one. Gerhardt hoping to get some extra bases on that one. Maybe hoping to score Trent Blake over from first, but instead swings and misses. Gets it up to a 2-2 count now. Netzler hoping to end off the inning for Sheboygan with just the 1 run given up. And will not do so on that pitch. Full count means that Blake will be on the move. Jacob Neese still watching him, still covering the bag over on first. Hold on there. Blake expected on the move, but Gerhardt swinging through a pitch on the outside corner, and he goes down swinging it once again. 2 strikeouts for Gerhardt, and another one on the board for Hunter Netzler, but Appleton still able to get a run, as now Sheboygan only leads it 2-1.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier Factory authorized dealer.
Justin Schnell leading off the bottom of the 4th inning for Sheboygan. A 2-1 game between the A's and the Legends. Schnell struck out in his first appearance. Hoping to have a nice bounce back will be the usual catcher turned right fielder for today's game. As Schnell settling in, a lefty for Sheboygan. Will be first pitch checking his swing, but will be called inside regardless. Up to this point, Sheboygan has 4 hits, with only 1 error. Appleton 2 hits and 2 errors. We're still 2 earned runs on the day for Sheboygan. It's the error by Wallenfang back in the last inning did not result in any runs whatsoever. Palmquist still was likely to score even without the error from Trent from Tyler Blake rather, out in right field, back in the second. And broken bat, and that one fully sawn off. Completely broken. Got almost a full bat down there in foul territory. You can see it at the bottom of our screen. Yeah, most of that bat went flying, stuck in the fence in our nice little netting for a little bit. It's always a good thing that we do have those nets out here. Schnell now with a new bat. Maybe hoping that bat number 2 will be able to give him a little bit of extra luck. He gets to a 1-2 count. That was a fouled third strike, as that one another fouled 2-strike count. Schnell does have 2 doubles on the year, as well as the home run that I mentioned before. Schnell again mainly has been known for his defense, as he will foul that one off. Schnell with an impressive, hold up. He does not have any assists marked to him, but that seems wrong because I'm looking at the wrong one. 14 catcher assists on him. Catcher assists very difficult to get as he swings through that one. Justin Schnell, swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts on the day for him, as now Ian Mary will come up. Had the RBI back in the second with a nice piece of opposite field hitting just past the outstretched glove of Chris Huttner on first base. Riley Palmquist was able to score from second on the play. And Mary hoping to repeat. The first one is low. And very good extra base hitter so far on the year. A 125 isolated power as he swings through that one. But the ball does go sailing into around the outfield area. No one on base means that no one will be advancing. So now the 1-1 count with 1 out to Ian Mary, the Sheboygan A's catcher. He's played a little bit of second base on the year. One of another people from North High, he hits that one pretty deep out into center field, but Gerhardt going to range over to make that play. Pretty solid hit there from Mary out to center field, but was not successful in getting anything done. As Gerhardt was just able to pretty easily range over and snag that one. As Bennett Becker will come up, playing left field for Sheboygan. Has done a decent bit of utility out here for the A's throughout the season, but has been really at home in left field. Started off the year in left, did take a bit of a backseat when Carson Hansen was playing for the team. Hansen normally playing in left field himself. And Becker, a nice hit down the line, but it will go foul. Now a pretty decent hit, same field. However, if that was straightened out, it did look like it might have ended up being caught by Hanneman. Had been playing decently far over towards that left field line. And a strike 3 on the outside corner. Bennett Becker not the happiest with that call, but it will go down as out number 3 as we head to the top of the 5th.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself. or your family, you help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. Serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
And ready for the top of the 5th inning. This game has been pretty tight. Pretty good pitcher's duel between both teams as of yet. Only 6 hits given up on the day between both teams. Hunter Netzler and Austin Gruby doing a good job for both of their teams. Now Blake Wallenfang will come up for Appleton. Wallenfang catching on today, however, was the pitcher in our very first game of the year. Took a loss in that one. He is settling in. A pretty high pop out into foul territory in the first appearance that he had back in the 3rd. Schnell ranged over for that one. It's a quick 1-0 count now to the Appleton catcher. That one, another pop foul. Now, so doing a good job of getting just in front of the Appleton hitters, or just behind the Appleton hitters. Both of them done a very solid job of getting pitches to get fouled off just behind the plate. Now 1-1 will be, I believe, tipped foul. Regardless, will count as a strike. As now Netzler coming on into this game. Again, his Sheboygan A's debut. Has done a solid job. This game, no earned runs. Has a curveball, does not quite curve as much as he wants. Netzler hoping for strikeout number 5 on the day. Struck out the last 2 batters, one looking, one swinging. Wallenfang is hoping for number 3 in a row and will not get it, but grounder over to Smock, and that one, a tough play, will not end up going. That one, a tough play on that one. They will be called an error on Luke Smock. A tough hop, but Smock did bobble it a little bit. Still pretty close on the throw, but was really no shot once that throw came out. Now Will Vandehey comes in for Appleton. Second baseman struck out in his first appearance as he pops one up and foul. Wallenfang out on first, not taking a terribly big lead. Some decent speed for a catcher. And just blowing a pitch right by Vandehey is Netzler. And a quick works him into an 0-2 count. This 0-2 count's very important to get onto these because you can really start playing around With the pitches a little bit more. The batter is going to be swinging pretty often on an 0-2. And that one will be dropped as a ball. But no advancement on the play there. It's a pretty close pitch on the inside, but a good job from Van de Hey to watch the ball go in. So now the 1-2. And popped up the middle. Smock charging into it. No play at second. And no play whatsoever. That one will go down as a hit. A tough play for Smock to get. Unable to make the transfer from glove to ball. That one pretty much right on the mound. Just a very difficult play for Smock to make. Had a good charge at it. It's now Chris Hetner coming on in. Reached on a walk back in the third inning. But now with no outs, 2 runners on. And doubling as Appleton manager, hoping to get a little bit forward. Will lay down a bunt. And ball is thrown away. And the Sheboygan A's defense was out of position already. But the throw does go wild. And Hetner going to reach on a 2-base error. And what was starting off the game as very clean defense from Sheboygan has now crumbled down. The 84 errors on the year still really meaning something. Of course, while a lot of the errors were early on in the year, and it has slowed down since the beginning of the year, still you will have games like this from this inconsistent Sheboygan defense. As Appleton able to tie it up. And still with 2 runners on. Both in scoring position thanks to that throwing error. Now Tyler Pigeon settling in for Appleton. And the infield for Sheboygan will be in on this one. Do not want to allow any easy runs on a ground ball inside. First one will be fouled out of play. I believe completely out of the ballpark. Gets it to a quick 0-1 count. Of course, Nestler sure would be wanting a strikeout. Sheboygan would want a strikeout on this one. Prevent the ball from going out into the outfield. Of course, easier said than done, as that one will be skied out into the outfield. Schnell going to be camped under it. And a strong throw from the outfield will be in. And a dot laser throw from Justin Schnell cuts down Will Van de Hey and prevents that from going through. Justin Schnell, just about as perfect a throw as you can get. And a great job there prevents the run. Now with a runner on third, they can get the out any way possible. It's Carson Crumry. Already scored on this game. He's 1-1 on the day with a single and a walk. Scored off of reaching through the base on balls. Again, just a tremendous throw there from Justin Schnell. Was a little bit up the line, but was still right on time. Crumry now quickly down 0-1, but will watch a ball in. Mary going to be very important for him to be keeping it in front of him. Don't want to allow the run to score on a wild pitch. Is possible. Didn't quite see Hetner's speed over on third. Now 1-1 count will be hit foul. Another one that I believe might clear New Jersey Avenue entirely. But right where Sheboygan wants him, 2 strikes with 2 outs. And Netzler hoping to get through another inning with only giving up one run. Sorry. Now, sets in case on the 1-2, and that one, I believe, fouled off. I believe that is the call. Fouled off the handle of the bat, I think. Kind of checked his swing on one that might have looked like it hit him, at least got very close, but did end up getting called a foul. Another 1-2 count for Netzler. That's in, and swing and a miss. Crumry set down on strikes, and Netzler able to get out of another jam, but Appleton was still able to score, but only able to score one. If we go into the bottom of the 5th, 2-2.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot. Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot. Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Bottom of the 5th, game tied 2-2, thanks to 2 one-run innings in these past ones by Appleton. Sheboygan's defense, really the culprits behind those 2 runs, as now we head on in Gus Walker, ready to lead things off. Did have a little bit of confirmation earlier. He was the one that ended up hitting the grand slam, not Riley Palmquist. Still a little bit surprising with 3 home runs of his own. Gus Walker only the 1, but did come in big fashion. Still Austin Gruby on the mound for Appleton. He watches one inside. Pitch number 71 for Gruby. Done a solid job in this game so far. 2 runs, 4 hits, and 3 errors for Sheboygan. While Appleton 2 runs on 3 hits and 2 errors. 2 base on balls as well. Sheboygan taking a little bit of some walks. And Gus Walker, nice opposite field hit, but will go foul. Pretty solidly out of play on that swing. 1-2 count now. Gus Walker hoping to still work better. Again, was one of the best hitters on the team last year. Had I believe, a .393 average throughout last year. While he hasn't quite had that stroke this year, has still done a very reliable job out here for Sheboygan. 204, 344, 279. Really, more importantly, is that very good outfield defense. And does go around on that one. Gus Walker down on a check swing that he was not able to hold back on. Now Luke Smock will be coming up to the plate. Smock had a very nice play out there. Very nice job in his last plate appearance. Singled, stolen base, and ended up scoring later on. And watches that first pitch high and outside. Sheboygan has seen a decent bit of roster turnover, Luke Smock being one of the many pieces that has seen just a limited amount of time as he swings through that one. Smock coming into this game only 14 plate appearances in those 3 games. Okay. He was just here for his only games have been the road trip. That was throughout this week. First game on Tuesday is also played on those previous, on Wednesday and Thursday. Now, you're perhaps playing, gotta imagine he might be playing on the doubleheader tomorrow, which will be, I believe, in Kewaskum, I want to say. But it does quick draw a 3-1 count. And that one grounded up, and a bit of an odd hop, but Smock running over, not going to be able to get there in time. A nice throw from Tyler Pigeon, cuts down the speedy Luke Smock, as now we come on to Harry Stout. Coming in 0 for 1 on the day, but has drawn a walk. Tomorrow's doubleheader in West Allis, not Kewaskum. Harry Stout, 307 average, 479 on base, and a 350 slugging. I'm sure Harry has been hoping to find a little bit more of the power stroke, has still been one of the best hitters on the team, still leading the team in RBIs. He watches one in there for a strike. It's been a very good job of clutch hitting. We don't have any stats for specifically with runners in scoring position, but I feel like we've seen quite a few times where we have a runner on second and Harry does get a pretty nice clutch hit to end up scoring them. I've seen a few times where we've had bases loaded and he ends up getting the score in there. Watches another one high and now a 3-1 count to the Sheboygan A's veteran third baseman. And swinging that one up and foul. Harry Stout, an alumnus of UW Stevens Point, out of West Bend. One of the coaches out for West Bend West High School, alongside Brad Reinflesh. And that one just on the inside. Harry Stout taken down on strikes looking. Not something you really see from Harry Stout too often. But as we head into the top of the 6th, the score remains 2-2.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
At Northwoods, we are a family. And like your family, our main concern is safety. As a leader in the cleaning and sanitation industry, we're doing our utmost to support and supply essential cleaning, sanitizing, and maintenance products to your family and business. And we're introducing new products, like our Cool Water Personal Hand Sanitizer with essential oils. Our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone affected by COVID-19. At Northwoods, we're protecting you through this pandemic and the next.
And as we head into the top of the 6th, Michael Martinez set to take the mound for Sheboygan, ending off the day for Hunter Netzler. Netzler did have a solid A's debut, 5 strikeouts in those 5 innings pitched, giving up, I believe, just 2 walks. Yes, 2 walks. 2 walks on 4 hits. Gave up 2 runs, both unearned for Netzler, thanks to some errors from the Sheboygan defense. And now Michael Martinez. Seen him quite a bit throughout the year. Martinez making his 13th appearance. Has pitched 22 1/3 innings with a 6.85 ERA. Now the first pitch will be a ball. Lucas Schulze putting on the headset for this inning at the very least. Get a ball in there. Resident pitch counter and stream runner out here. Now that one hit well out into center. Gus Walker tracking it down. It will fall out of play. A home run on the first batter that Michael Martinez faces. Alex Hanneman hitting the long ball to put the lead up for Appleton. Just the 3rd pitch that Martinez throws ends up going yard. Appleton now has the 3-2 lead in the top of the 6th.
Not the start you wanted to see from Michael Martinez.
Martinez, we have seen him have some of these struggles from time to time. That one is popped up high into the air. Smock going to camp under it pretty easily, and the one-hander will grab that. So a nice bounce back right away from Martinez and the Sheboygan A's defense. As I said, definitely not the start that Sheboygan wants to see. And already with just 1 at-bat, Martinez in line for the loss, unless Sheboygan can get some runs in their bottom frames. It's now Austin Gruby coming up to the plate. The Appleton Legends pitcher will take that first pitch in for a strike. Martinez, as I said, 22 1/3 innings with 17 strikeouts, along with 20 walks, however. Be pretty inconsistent up there on the mound. We have seen him have some pretty good performances during our Game 4, I believe it was, against Lombard. Had a pretty solid, I believe, first 3 innings, or at least first 2 or 3 innings. I don't remember exactly which. Had a very solid, but then had a little bit of an explosion at the end of that inning, at the end of his day. However, Martinez still has been very reliable for Sheboygan out of the bullpen. He's been here pretty often, as well as seen a few starts as well. Of course, from Hurricane, Utah, and another University of Marion player. It's a quick 2-2 count now to Gruby. Martinez sets and will be just outside. Close one that Gruby was able to hold off on. Now a full count to the Appleton Legends pitcher. And will be hit pretty well out into center field again, and will drop just in front of Gus Walker. And some nice backup play there by Bennett Becker. Prevents any further advancement, but will go as a single for Austin Gruby. Now Owen Gerhardt coming in for Appleton. Out there in center field for the Legends. Seen a couple flyouts to him throughout the day. That first one will go in as a ball. That one in there. Sheboygan does have some a number of pitchers that are not the biggest strikeout threats. Marco Martinez, one of those, makes the defense work. Is pretty solid pickoff move over there. Gets Gruby back. Martinez, again, not really the biggest strikeout threat on the mound. He gets one in there, but again, has thrown quite a few innings. One of our higher innings pitched relievers. And takes out Owen Gerhardt with that strikeout. And Martinez, nice way to bounce back. Gave up the home run, but has gotten some pretty weak contact, if anything, and has also managed to get a strikeout as Blake Wallenfang will now come up.
That was Gerhardt's third strikeout of the night.
Gerhardt with the hat trick of strikeouts. It's Blake Wallenfang. Again, coming up now, takes the first pitch as a ball. Reached on an error back in the last inning and ended up scoring as we'll have one up and foul. I believe right into the Appleton bullpen area. They do have some action going on. It's a quick 1-1 count. Martinez has done well in his appearance since that home run. Now 1-1 pitch will be well outside. Mary thought he was able to stop it, but not quite, skips out of his glove. A good attempt at it by Mary, but will go as a wild pitch. Austin Gruby advances on to second. So with 2 outs, runner on second, Michael Martinez can't really give up a hit. See, swings, hits one foul. Two count now to the Appleton catcher. Tina's watching the runner back on second. Will throw one outside. Makes it a full count. Martinez settling in. Kicks, throws. That one hit up. Smock going to drop it. And another error on the Sheboygan defense. And just has not been the defense's day in this one. Not a terribly difficult play on that one, but Smock does end up dropping it.
It's the second time Wallenfang gets reached on a Smock error today.
Wallenfang really especially benefiting from those errors. This first one goes inside. Now Will Vandehey comes in, 1 for 2 on the day. A single and a strikeout. Martinez now with runners on the corners, hoping to not let Appleton get this lead any bigger. Now 2-1 will be just in there. The pitch low is now 2-2 count to the Appleton second baseman. And it'll be an easy stolen base for Wallenfang. No throw even attempted, not even a feint at an attempt from Mary. Wallenfang is easily able to jog on in, and Will Vandehey will strike out on the pitch low. Michael Martinez gets out of it, only giving up the 1 run on the long fly. Appleton up 3-2 as we head into the bottom of the 6th.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy it. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Austin Gruby ready to continue his day of work here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Appleton able to take a lead 3-2 thanks to a big home run to lead off the last inning and start off Michael Martinez's day on a low note. But Martinez was able to bounce back pretty well. Gets a couple of strikeouts to end things off. Though, of course, a little bit of worry. 2 runners left on base, both in scoring position, as now Jacob Neese, Jimmy Jurgensen, and Riley Palmquist ready to hit for the Sheboygan A's. Jacob Neese, the Northwoods cleanup hitter, hoping to tie things up for Sheboygan. Just 4 hits on the day for the A's. And that one is well gone. First pitch swinging, hits off the light post, and Jacob Neese ties it up. Anything you can do, I can do better. Jacob Neese not even to take another pitch. Just right away nails that one deep right over the Alliant Energy sign, and Jacob Neese, the big fly, just answering back.
Jacob Neese showed right there why he leads the A's in total bases this year.
And Neese now tying himself as well for the home run with the batter up right now, Jimmy Jurgensen. Jimmy in batting practice had quite the day as well. Had a couple of home runs as well as some hits right off the Bud Light sign out in right field during batting practice. Hoping to get some of that form that he had to start off the pregame. Instead, we'll just pop one up. And with this one, it will drop behind the left fielder, Alex Hanneman. Not able to get at that one. No contact does mean that it does end up going in as a hit. Single for Jimmy Jurgensen. That will bring up Riley Palmquist. Riley led off the day of scoring. Had a nice double, a nice hustling double by him right down that left field line. Alex Hanneman needing to work pretty hard on things. He had an active day out there in left field. Now Jimmy Jurgensen, runner out there on first. Not the biggest speed threat. They're not slow by any means. Second pitch goes up for a ball. As the Wildwood starts to sound a little bit like late 90s WCW. Lots of Ric Flair woos going about. That one hit well out to left field, but goes foul. Riley Palmquist also wanted to join on in that 4 home run on the year club.
That ball is absolutely crushed by Palmquist on the left field line.
Looked good off the bat, but sadly just curved a bit foul. And Riley looking to answer back. Been a surprise power hitter for Sheboygan. Not really someone that you expect to be at the top of the team in home runs as Riley Palmquist, but he has shown off quite the stroke. Coming on into this game, a 176 average, but with a 294 slugging, largely thanks to those 3 home runs. 8 extra base hits coming into the day, 3 of those being home runs. Now a little bit more skewed in favor of the doubles. And time called right as Gruby was about to throw it. Wasn't quite far enough into his motion where you just want to fully go through with it. No outs, runner on first, and a run already scored for Sheboygan. Riley Palmquist ready for the 2-2 pitch. And swings through that one. Bit of an excuse me swing. Wasn't quite committed to it. It ends up going for a strikeout as Justin Schnell is ready to come in.
That makes double-digit strikeouts for Grube today.
Schnell now ready to go through. Did have a home run in the big home run barrage of this past Sunday. Exciting 2 games against Lombard. And we'll hit that one. It will drop in front of the right fielder. And Tyler Blake not going to go through anything. Jimmy Jurgensen not going to attempt to head on over to third. Justin Schnell picks up a nice single. Schnell first pitch swinging. Gets that to drop, as that was pitch number 100 on the dot for Alex Gruby. Now a little bit of talk over on the mound. Wallenfang chatting with Gruby. Chris Hutner, the manager, as well as first baseman, also chatting with his pitcher. Gruby will stay in the game. This has been a very nice inning to start off for Sheboygan. 2 hits to get runners on base, and 1 that cleared the bases with just 1 swing. Ian Mary now coming up to bat. Mary also a home run on the year. Getting that leadoff home run can a lot of times lead to a lot more confidence and can lead to just being a big spark plug for the offense of a team. Of course, Jacob Neese didn't need to wait at all. So that first pitch swinging goes yard. Now it's up to the rest of the offense to keep that momentum going. Ian Mary is someone who has been able to keep momentum out here. 5 RBIs on the year and some pretty limited play. And Wallenfang is hit a little bit. Struggling. There will be a little bit of time to allow Wallenfang to get a little bit of a rest. It's always nice to see the teams just take a little bit of time when someone, either the home plate umpire or the catcher, is dinged up a little. It's the reason that they have a lot of protection behind the plate. Wallenfang looking to be fine. Sometimes need to take a little bit of a breather. Mary, someone who probably also knows Ben. It looks like that might have tipped off of Wallenfang's right wrist. Shaking it a little bit. Now Mary onto the 1-1 pitch with one out. Hit that one, it will go up, and it will drop. Jimmy Jurgensen going to be sent on home, and there will be no throw to the plate. Jimmy Jurgensen takes the lead, and Ian Mary is the one to send him in. Ian Mary with the nice RBI single to straightaway center field. Just drops right in front of Owen Gerhardt, and no chance to get Jimmy Jurgensen out at the plate.
Second RBI single for Ian Mary today.
Now there will be a pitching change. Will end Gruby's day. That will bring up TJ Hauser on to the mound for the Appleton Legends. Gruby did spend much of the day doing a pretty solid job, but Sheboygan just able to get a hold of him. Give up 4 earned runs. All the runs on today being earned. Gives up 7 hits on those to get those 4 runs, as well as walking, I believe, 3. Nope, just 2. So Gruby does get sent out of the game, is sent packing, but throughout did have a pretty solid performance up until this point. Now back in line for the loss. Eight strikeouts for Gruby up to this point. And so it'll be up to TJ Hauser to settle things down. Gruby still is responsible for the runners on second and first. So those 4 earned runs can go up to 6 if Mary ends up scoring. Bennett Becker going to be the first person to face off against Hauser. And it's a very nice performance by Gruby up until this bottom of the 6th. But Sheboygan finally able to get a hold of him in a lot of their batters' 3rd time facing him. That is something that you always have to watch out for if you're a pitcher. I don't remember the exact numbers, but I know that it's pretty significant once you start getting to a 3rd time of seeing a pitcher in a game. Get a lot higher average. You've seen them. You know what they're like. You can finally get a clue on, all right, here's where they're about to release. Here's where they're pitching. This is kind of the speed that they pitch.
Also doesn't help giving up a leadoff home run and then a single right after that to start the inning.
Gruby will stay in the game and moves on over to second base. That will take Will Vandehey, I believe, will be taken out of the game. So likely seems like it is somewhat of a double switch. TJ Hauser going to be set up for the 8th hole for Appleton. Now Bennett Becker ready to come to the plate. 0 for 2 on the day with a flyout and a strikeout. But now with runners on first and second, Becker hoping to continue his year. First pitch from Hauser will go in as a strike. It's a very nice bit of momentum for Sheboygan going right now. Appleton looked to be in the driver's seat following that big fly, and Becker will ground that one, goes into left field, and Mary is going to score. Justin Schnell, will be able to score easily, and Bennett Becker, back-to-back RBI singles for the Sheboygan A's. And a very nice performance by Sheboygan. Bring up Gus Walker. Already 3 runs in on the inning on 5 hits up to this point. Sheboygan has finally turned on the Jets for this one. Already over doubling their hit count. Coming into this, Gus Walker going to show bunt, and that one went inside. Pulling back the hands not only to prevent the strike, but to prevent him from getting hit. Hauser pitch well inside. It's now Gus Walker. 0 for 3 on the day and looking to change that. Showing bunt again, but we'll get that one foul. Well, it might seem like this could just be a ploy to get the runners moved over, which, perhaps that is still the main goal. Gus Walker is fast enough that he could still reach on the, bunt. Corners are in, however. They're watching the bunt. No bunt shown this time. It will still be chipped and drops right in the outfield. And that one very close to being caught. Bennett Becker does manage to get there safely, and Gus Walker gets a nice bloop single in there. And Sheboygan still rolling. 4 straight singles for Sheboygan. Spreading out the love on the offensive end, and still only 1 out as Luke Smock ready to take the plate. Smock has struggled a little bit on the defensive end in the past few innings, but has done solidly offensively so far. He's had a couple, I believe a pretty hard hit ball over to the third baseman in his last appearance. Did have a single and scored back in the third. Smock now with still just the corners in. And a nice curveball from Hauser right in the zone. Oh, 1 count. Smock still a little bit patient with this, I believe. We'll watch one that is just outside. Wallenfang, I think, wanted that one, but no dice. Another 1-1 count. It's something we have seen a decent bit from Sheboygan in this inning. And really throughout this game, both teams have been able to be pretty patient. Kicks, throws, and swinging through that one. A nice pitch outside corner. Smock not able to get a bat on it. And now 1-2. To the UW Milwaukee player. The Indiana native, if I remember correctly. That one gets past, and Mary ends up scoring. Call that one a passed ball. It looked like Wallenfang was right in on it, but was unable to come up with anything. And so 6 earned runs on the day will end off the stat line for Austin Gruby. Just a quick go over that stat line with, I believe, 7 Ks. I just counted these up and I forgot to put it down. And pitch taken outside. He ends his day 10 strikeouts, 2 walks, 7 hits, 4 runs, and 6 earned runs. But Smock will swing through that one. 2 outs now as Harry Stout comes up. Harry, a very dangerous hitter at any point in time, but especially with runners in scoring position. Harry has always been very good at being a reliable bat in that order. And I'm sure Hugh wants to see if Jacob Neese can do the rare 2 home runs in an inning. First pitch is low, but will not go very far. Did skip into the dirt, but Becker not even going to test it on that one. One 0 count to Stelt. And Harry watching one in. Harry has done a pretty good job out there on third base today. I believe we are crediting him with the error that ended up scoring the runner in the 5th inning, I believe it was. And one just nicking the outside corner. Now 1-2 count. Harry Stout still has not really lifted the bat off the shoulder as of yet. Thought the 2 strikes were a bit too far outside. Does swing through that one, and Harry is down on strikes. But Sheboygan able to bounce back 4 runs to end off the bottom of the 6th, thanks to being a leadoff first pitch home run by Jacob Neese. And as we go into the top of the 7th, score is 6-3.
The estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. We thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
Heading into the top of the 7th, we just went through our 50-50 raffle. $403, I believe. It was 403 or 407. I believe 403, and I'm getting the 7 from it being the top of the 7th. But $403 given out in our 50-50 raffle today. Big prize for the people, for some lucky fan out here at Wildwood Park. As now Chris Hetner ready to come in. Watches one in for ball 2. Hetner reached on the throwing error by Hunter Netzler back in the 5th inning. Quick draw a 3-0 count, and no competition on that one. 4-pitch walk. Chris Hetner on board to start off the top of the 7th. He's up Tyler Pigeon. Pigeon had a pretty decent fly ball out into right field in the last time, but a nice throw from Justin Schnell prevented that from going as a sacrifice fly. Instead, getting it cut down at home plate was Will Vandehey. Now Pigeon. In and will take another strike. Martinez, good bounce back with 2 straight strikes to begin his second at-bat of the inning. After the 4-pitch walk to Hetner. And 3 strikes, 3 pitches, and Tyler Pigeon goes down looking. Very nice bounce back. You go from a 4-pitch walk to a 3-pitch strikeout. Just what you like to see if you're Sheboygan, with the bounce back at bat at the very least, as Carson Crumry now coming on in. Crumry will take the first one in for a walk, 1 for 2 on the day. Singled and reached on a walk. Also scored on the at bat that he reached on a walk. It's now another 1-1 count for one of these teams. Hetner not taking a terribly big lead over at first. And one will go just outside. Appleton has been pretty quiet offensively for the most part. 3 runs on 5 hits, as that will be popped foul and just out of the park. So someone out here in the stands getting a nice $1 coupon from the very good concession stand, I must say. And very nice food out here at Wildwood. There's always got to mention the pretzel bites. Very, very good. But still do have some very nice brats that we have out here. Of course, brats, hamburgers. We do also have Legend Larry's wings. And that one, I think Crumry thought he was taking a walk, and instead walking back to the dugout looking. Very close call on that one, but Sheboygan happy for that one, for the result, as now Alex Hanneman will come up. Teed off on Michael Martinez in his last appearance. Hit the long fly out to pretty much a dead center field. We've just right over our Remax sign. That one instead, just a check swing that he will foul off. And another one low. Up until that point, Hanneman not terribly successful on the day. Was 0-2 up until that. Now 1 for 3 with the home run. Going into the double play back in the first. And ball will skip past. Hetner now into scoring position on the wild pitch. And suddenly Sheboygan in a little bit of trouble with the runner in scoring position. Martinez does have times where he will have a few wild pitches here and there, but he is a lot of times able to shut things down, as that one just a bit high. Not sure if Sheboygan has anyone in their bullpen. However, Martinez still looking solid in this game. And that one popped high into the air. Smock running back on it. Will be called off by Becker and will be caught for out number 3. So despite the lead-off 4-pitch walk, Sheboygan gets through the top of the 7th unscathed as we head to our 7th inning stretch.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier factory authorized dealer.
Carrier asks.
Heading into the bottom of the 7th, you're not watching a rerun. Jacob Neese once again set to lead off the inning. Neese, of course, hit the big fly out to left field, bouncing off of our lights in left field with the big home run that started off a 4-run inning for Sheboygan, giving them a 6-3 lead. At the time, that one is just a tying home run. Now Jacob Neese hoping to perhaps give a little bit more of a lead. Of course, never will say no to a little bit more insurance. And Jacob Neese now just tied for the home run lead with Jimmy Jurgensen, possibly looking to take a lead in that for the team. And Neese coming on in, 9 hits on the day for Sheboygan, with 6 of those, 6 or 5. Believe there was a little bit of determination on whether or not, I believe it was the Jimmy Jurgensen play, whether or not that was a single or an error. I think out here I think Bill marked it as an error. I have it as marked as a hit. But sometimes you will have those, some of those hit or miss plays. Is right there. Neese will take a strike 1. Already seeing more pitches in than his last at bat. Of course, result is what matters. And a nice curveball. Hauser getting that one in there. That one right away looked like it was going to be a pretty high strike, but that curveball just dipped right down low. It looked almost like a 12-6 on that one, but checked swing, but nowhere near around. No appeal going to be made by Wallenfang. Now 1-2 count. Jacob Neese looking to repeat. 1 for 2 on the day. Will instead get that 2 for 3 as he gets a nice little bloop liner into the right field. Shallow right field for Jacob Neese. Now Jimmy Jurgensen up to the plate.
Designated hitter, number 32, Jimmy Jurgensen.
Jimmy on my end marked as 2 for 3, but, or sorry, yes, 2 for 3. Potentially, again, one of those calls that it can be a bit hit or miss, but point is for Jimmy, now has a runner on base. And they will say that it hit him. Jimmy looking a little bit frustrated by that, but he will still take his base on the hit by pitch. Is now Riley Palmquist coming up. Riley, again, someone who doesn't necessarily always, who hasn't really been hitting up to, I'm sure, what he wants. Has seen some frustration from him coming out of the batter's box at times. But Riley has still made things count when they matter most. It's 13 RBIs coming into this game. Still staying at 13 for now. And showing bunt will be in there for a strike. Riley thought that one was a little bit too inside. But no dice, some rotation from the Appleton infield. Trying to prevent the sacrifice bunt. Hoping to maybe get out Neese. Moving to third. will be bunted down in a nicely placed bunt. Riley Palmquist with some speed, but will be thrown out. Just a sacrifice bunt. Riley Palmquist does manage to advance the runners over. It's now Justin Schnell with runners on second and third. Singled in his last plate appearance. Schnell, 12 RBIs on the year. Believe did have an RBI in his last at-bat, I want to say. So I don't remember if it was him or if he scored the run or if it was just Mary scoring the run. And first pitch is inside, and Jacob Neese going to be in, sliding, and another run scored for Sheboygan. More insurance on there. Looks like a pass ball to me. Not the greatest pitch out there regardless, but Wallenfang looked like he had a glove on it. Instead, it rolls past, and now Justin Schnell with just a runner on third. Still hoping for the RBI. 1-0 count. Now the Appleton infield is in. First throw will be to home. Should Jimmy take off. But instead, pitch will go high. Justin Schnell, good job working the 2-0 count to begin things. Schnell being patient at the plate, something he has done pretty well. 13 walks on the year. Instead, Hauser will step off. Thanks to the pass ball run, will count as unearned. And no offering on the pitch outside. Does go for a ball. It's Ian Mary on deck for Sheboygan. Mary, one of a number of people who played for North High in high school out here in Sheboygan. Justin Schnell will foul that one back. Schnell, fairly rare swinging on a 3-0 count. He's hoping to make something happen, but instead just fouls it off. Of course, could have worse results, but Schnell right now going to just hit one out into right field, and Jimmy was not prepared to tag, but it still will tag up and gets it in. And a bit of a strange play on that one, but Jimmy Jurgensen wasn't tagged up when the ball was caught, still ends up going anyways, and it will go in as a sacrifice fly for Justin Schnell. 2 straight sacrifice at-bats for Sheboygan move things along. Now Ian Mary comes up. Ian Mary going to UW Platteville, which, as mentioned, played for North High in high school. And first pitch well outside. As we get let's get the sound cue for the just a bit outside. Looks like something might have happened with that previous ball, but regardless, it will be switched out. Mary 2 for 3 on the day. 2 singles. And we'll watch one in there. Mary with 2 RBIs as well. Both of his hits drawing in a run apiece. And that one looked like it went through the webbing of the glove of the catcher's mitt. May have just rolled off the top. It's now Mary does have a lead in the count, 2-1. will be swinging on that one, but it will sail foul. No chance at any play for that one. Sheboygan been able to make things work out for them pretty well. 8 runs on 10 hits. Not too many left on base either. But he swings through that one. Ian Mary goes down on strikes, but 2 runs do end up scoring for Sheboygan. And as we head to the 8th, Sheboygan leads 8-3.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. You serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Michael Martinez coming in for his 3rd inning of work here for the 8th with a comfortable cushion thanks to 2 extra runs in the bottom of the 7th for Sheboygan. Martinez pitching fairly well beyond that first at-bat. He did give up the home run so far. Just 2 hits given up, as well as a walk. Sorry, an error. A walk and someone who reached on an error. 3 left on 3 left on base for Martinez. He has managed to strand a few. As now Trent Blake will be leading off for Appleton. Lots of voice cracks today for me. Blake has had an active day out in right field. And a check swing on that one. Smock going to pick it up off the bounce and a throw in just in time. Smock wanted to make sure that he set his feet on that one. And Blake wants that pitch back. But will still go as a out regardless. Is now Austin Gruby coming on in. Gruby was the starting pitcher for today, but has moved over to second since is in line for the loss. That one will be just outside. And not content with the bat that he has. Not sure if it broke. Will ask for a different bat. Not something I've really seen much ever. Might have just been not content with it. Does draw a quick 1-0 count, and we'll pop that one up and foul. Banging pretty hard up against the roof. Second one today. We haven't had too many where it's been multiple in the same day. But today we've had 2 big thunder strikes up against the grandstand roof. As Gruby draws the 1-1, and that one well in front of the plate, as well as outside. Martinez, someone who has seen some struggles at times with his 3rd and 4th innings of work. Right now, Tim Moyer trusting him for this 3rd inning. We do have someone out in the bullpen for Sheboygan, can see them somewhat. It's like Jimmy Jurgensen is the one pitching out there. Someone who we haven't really seen too much at home get plate appearances. And Gus Walker dive and got it! Gus Walker fully laying out. And what a play to save a hit, Gus Walker. Some real nice movement on that one. Charges on in. And what a diving catch from Gus Walker. That will set down Austin Gruby and bring up Owen Gerhardt. Now a pinch hitter coming in for Owen Gerhardt. Lane Boucher coming on in. His first pitch is in for a strike. Gerhardt, no chance at the golden sombrero now. Had the hat trick, 3 strikeouts in the day up to that point, but now it'll be Boucher getting the opportunity at the plate. As he quickly draws a 1-1 count. Swings and hits one foul. Boucher with a very nice yellow bat. Haven't seen too many flashy bats out here, or really too much flashy equipment in general from either team. Of course, did have Jack Council with the banana yellow shoes. Now Lane Boucher with the nice banana yellow bat. Boucher quickly onto a 1-2 count. Martinez hoping to set down the 6-hole with 4 strikeouts. Will not be successful there. Nice dive by Riley Palmquist. And got him! Out at first place, Riley Palmquist. A nice slide and grab and defensive gems all around for Sheboygan. Manages to set down Appleton without any hits, despite some solid hitting there. And that will bring us into the bottom of the 8th. Sheboygan still up.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Me spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot. Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the Queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Heading into the bottom of the 8th, Sheboygan with 8 runs of their own. Hoping to potentially get that a little bit higher, but right now, still in line for a pretty comfortable win. Jack Kesey going to be on the mound now for Appleton. TJ Hauser, his day is over. 1 2/3 inning with 2 strikeouts, 3 hits, 3 runs, and no earned runs. Only one coming in off of a passed ball. It's Bennett Becker. Won't be up to the plate. And first pitch swung and fouled off by the Sheboygan left fielder. 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI. Is Becker. The RBI coming in that big 6th inning. And really diversifying where he's hitting it, spreading the ball pretty well with the fouls, but still onto an 0-2 count is Becker. And Becker, a Sheboygan native, going to Carroll College. Hitting 240, slashing 248, 318, 372. So has four stolen bases on the year. And watches that one in. 1-2 count. And Wallenfang going to talk with the new catcher, Kesey. Wallenfang did see him pitch back in that very first game against the Sheboygan A's. Don't believe we have seen any of these other pitchers coming up against Sheboygan. Now the 1-2 count of the Sheboygan 9-hitter. And again fouled off. It's been pretty aggressive on the bats so far in this one. And Becker just not quite able to get on top of him. And again, another discussion. And a pretty long discussion going down. The game back on July 11th did see Austin Gruby pick up the loss. And it looks like pretty much right away, not even facing a batter, is Jack Kesey. Instead, looks like Devin Prashala will be coming in. A little bit of confusion out here on the diamond. I believe that is Devin Prashala pitching. He's the only person they have left on their lineup card as a sub. So Blake Wallenfang maybe seeing something about Kesey that didn't quite work out. Devin Prashala instead will be the pitcher. So absolutely no stats for Kesey. Just 5 pitches for Kesey. Something very strange appearance. This, of course, do not have the 3 batter minimum that the MLB has. Instead, just right away, will be a pitching change. And Prashala instead will be taking the mound. So not very active day for Jack Kesey, but instead Devin Prashala is going to be coming in. Barring any big runs in the top of the 9th from Appleton, then Prashala will only have this 1 inning to work. Where Sheboygan still up 8-3. coming into this. So after a pretty long break in the action, thanks to a very strange beginning of the frame. 5 pitches in, and the pitcher is taken out. Doesn't even face a batter fully. So the lefty for Appleton is out, and a righty is in to face off against Becker. And so the 1-2 and 1 pitch strikeout. Not something you usually see, but Prashala is happy to take on the work from Kesey. And Becker just not sure what he can really do about that one. Was facing off against one pitcher throughout the entire at-bat, only to see another one for strike 3. So the rare strikeout with only 1 pitch thrown. And second pitch that he throws, a very dynamic at-bat, we could say. Very dynamic appearance on the mound as he hits Gus Walker with a off-speed pitch. Now Luke Smock will come on in. 2 pitches, 2 results, with one of those being a strikeout. Now Luke Smock coming on in. 1 for 4 on the day. And the pickoff move is fairly close. But Gus Walker, no need to slide back. That one hit well out into left field. Smock watching it, but it will drop. And Gus Walker thought about tagging up from first. Not something you usually see, but ends up just being a feint. Gus Walker just seeing if maybe the Appleton defense is snoozing. But this time through Alex Hanneman, not going to be caught drowsy. It's Harry Stout coming on in. Runner on first is Gus Walker. Gus very speedy out there on first as it goes out there for a ball. Mentioned before, 20 stolen bases on the year for Walker in his 51 games played. Hoping for stolen base 21 in game 51. But will not be taking off on that one as it goes well up and in. Harry getting out of the way of that one. This wind has quieted down as it's become nighttime. And 3 inside pitches. Harry Stout, quick 3-0 count drawn. Gus Walker, don't see him likely to steal on this one. Indeed, he will not. It'll be a 4-pitch walk for Harry Stout. Second one drawn of the game. And now the big bat of today, Jacob Neese, coming on in. Jacob Neese coming in with 2 outs. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Will be first pitch swinging, and another one that was pretty well hit, but will go foul. That one did not have the height to go over the fence at all. So no chance on that one for a second home run. And the curveball outside as Neese draws the 1-1. Neese 2 for 3 on the day with that home run, as well as reaching on a single. Did also walk as the third pitch in goes high. Prashala coming on set. And another curveball. Prashala, pretty slow speed pitcher, but lots of curveballs, lots of breaking pitches. Can be a little bit difficult to get a hold of. Now the 2-2. And he steps off. No one going to be watching Harry over on first. And another one grounded foul. No effort to keep Harry Stelz out on first base. Of course, with the runner on second being the biggest threat. No free bases. That one also hammered pretty far, but also going foul. Nice has made some very good contact so far in this game. Of course, with the big fly previously, also hit a couple foul in this at-bat that have been very well hit. That one kind of golf swinged through. Gus Walker going to score pretty easily. And that'll be another RBI for Jacob Neese. Another Northwoods cleanup hitter RBI, giving a little bit more insurance to bring us into the to continue going through. A very nice RBI from Jacob Neese as now Jimmy Jurgensen will come in. Was hit by pitch on his first pitch of the at-bat in the last time he was around last inning. Neese and Jurgensen pretty active in these past few innings at the plate. Not often you'll see someone bat in 3 straight innings, but that is exactly the case for Neese and Jurgensen. If anyone up to Becker, and if we go around the order, that would remain the same. Second pitch is outside. Through the year, Jimmy slashing 273, 356, 432. Very top tier slugger for this squad. Second in the team in slugging percentage. Is behind Brady Zackerson, who is not here today. So watches one inside, and it's a quick 3-0 count. Nine, 2-3 score. With 2 outs, not likely to happen, but there is the potential of a 10-run mercy rule, as he will take a walk there. It's now Riley Palmquist coming in. Riley, 3 home runs already on the year. If he joins the home run leaders club with this at-bat, then it will be game. Essentially a, not necessarily a walk-off, but similar enough result. As Riley Palmquist coming in. And that one, a big looping curve. 1 for 3 on the day with a double that he scored on. Did also advance the runners last inning with a sacrifice bunt that he was pretty close to being on board with. And instead, he will be plunked. And now Justin Schnell with the chance to end things. As the hit batsman will go through to score run number 10 of the day for Sheboygan. And Prashala having a bit of a difficult day. A very strange pitching inning overall for Appleton, but Prashala will stay in. Both runs given up so far are earned. Just 1 hit, however, given up for Prashala. Everyone else has reached on a walk or a hit by pitch, as next pitch will come in high to Schnell. Jimmy Jorgensen on, Riley Palmquist representing the Mercy Rule run over on first base. And that one just clipping the outside corner. Schnell also 1 for 3 on the day with a sacrifice fly this time rather than the sacrifice bunt. Quickly draws the 2-1. Schnell now mentioned his assists previously in the game, will get one for him managing to cut down the runner coming home earlier on in this game. Now 3-1 count to the man playing right field today. We'll foul that one back. Schnell had that stroke of power in Sunday's game. Of course, anytime that you can end a game on a grand slam, you're going to want that, but still with a 3-2 count, everyone will be running, and it'll be another run walked in. And now Ian Mary joining the club of people who have batted in the previous 3 innings. Mercy runner out on second. Ian Mary with a hit potentially scores. Palmquist over on second. 11 runs on 11 hits for Sheboygan. This one will go in for a ball. And Mary, the 1-0 count to him now. And we'll hit that one into left field. It does drop. Riley Palmquist gonna go on home. Throw is cut off, and he's in safe. And that will be 10-run rule. Ian Mary essentially walking things off. And what a disaster inning for Devin Prashala. 5 earned runs on the day. Prashala just having some struggles in that one. But the win will end up going to Michael Martinez, who, despite giving up a big fly back in the very first batsman that he had, ends up recovering very well. Martinez giving up just 1 run on 2 hits, striking out 3, and will end up picking up that win. Meanwhile, the loss will go to Austin Gruby. And so, with the final line score of Appleton with 3 runs, 5 hits, and 3 errors, and Sheboygan 13 runs on 12 hits and 4 errors, that will do it for us here at Wildwood Park. Our next broadcast on Monday against the Menasha Max. And until that point, we'll see you guys later.